but again, I was built up in the courage to come here and say a few things or say the particular verse. Is it too loud?
It is.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Again, this is not like difficult thing for me. First time. But I think in the perspective, this was really beneficial. I would say, personally, this was a learning on my part. We know everyone is busy. There's like learning Bhagavad Gita during the weekdays is like a challenge. But I think it was helpful because I had to do this, so I prepared a little bit myself, like before going to the bed. If I spend few minutes, do some research, read our books, and do some research on the web. You get a lot of material. So we are learning which chapter? Chapter 15, right? So every week we come here, we learn from Bijay. But like if someone asks, okay, can you tell me the essence of the whole chapter 15? Probably I won't be able to say that. So that was my first issue, that let me understand what is chapter 15 is all about. Let me get a summary. If I can understand myself, if I can tell, I think that will help. This is the verse 17 is what Vijay Kumarji covered last class, and I'm going to say a few words about the verse 17. But I felt just saying about 17 won't make any connection. So it is important that I know what is chapter 15 and how it leads to that verse. I think that will be helpful. So that's how I did my little bit of research. Again, I could not memorize any of this stuff, so I have a printout. I will read it and I'll just share with you. So basically the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is unique in several respects. It is the shortest, there are only 20 verses. On the other hand, it summarizes the entire essence of not just the Gita, but also all the Vedas and in those 20 slokas. So specifically, this is the part I loved about. Specifically, it covers 4 topics that are at the essence of any spiritual scripture. What is the world? Who am I? What is God, or what transcends the world and to me? And what is the relationship between me, the world, and the God? So, again, just to summarize, this whole chapter tells what's the world, who am I, and who is God, and how it all relates together, the world, I, and the Lord. So like how it starts, like the world, I think we remember, like Vijay Kumar's teaching, basically our existence in this world is illustrated using kind of like an imaginary tree, like an upside down tree, similar to a family tree. The root of this tree is Ishvara, wielding the power of Prakriti, Saguna Brahma, the eternal essence with attributes. The sansara, our existence on this world, is the outward growth. What this means is, this growth is fueled by the sense objects, which are in form of sprouts or buds. Each sense object generates desires, which generates actions, which bind us together into the tree. And again, it goes into how you, how to get rid of that endless cycle of desire and action by cutting the tree, or in other words, by using the weapon of dispassion. So it goes on to, so every verse leads to that, about the tree, and then about, who am I, and then the God. So basically the verse 17 is sort of a elaboration of God itself. There are several verses, in fact, many verses are just spoken about the Lord Himself, the greatness of God. And the verse 17 is a continuation of that. like I think Shivaji came one time, then our Satyaji, and last person Manisaji. So basically, this is a quick summary of some of these prior verses. This all leads to that verse 17. Like verse 13, I enter, this is again Lord's word, I enter into each planet and my energy, they stay in orbit. Because of my energy, they stay in orbit. I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables. I am the fire of digestion in every living body, and I am the air of life, outgoing and incoming, by which I digest the 4 kinds of food stuff. Then verse 15 is, I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Veda. And then 16 is, there are 2 classes of beings, the fallible or infallible, or in our words, the perishable and the imperishable. In the material world, every entity is fallible, and in the spiritual world, every entity is infallible or imperishable. So that leads to the verse 17. So we'll chant together, and then I will say a few words on the verse 17, and that will be it. So this is I think we can do it together. Uttamam Purusattamyam. I'm sorry. Uttama Purusastanya Paramatmeti Udahrutaha Yo Lokotrayamavishya Vivartavyaya Ishwaraha. So, like I said, the previous verse said about the 2 kind of purusas, the perishable and imperishable, and this verse says that the supreme purusa, called the highest self, the indestructible Lord, who pervading the 3 worlds, waking, dream and deep sleep, and sustains them. So basically this verse is sort of just telling about the Lord, like between the perishable and imperishable, here comes the Supreme Lord, indestructible, and is the highest Supreme Self. And then it goes into explaining like what are the 3 states, like the dream state, waking state. There are a lot of details here. But if you go to the last part of this is the piece I liked about the verse. The infinite consciousness itself is the perishable field in another form, and as the knower of the field, the same consciousness is the imperishable reality in the perishable conditioning. But when these conditionings are transcended, the same self is experienced as the Supreme Self, or the Paramatma. Okay, Hari Om.
Wonderful, Bijayji.